Namaste friends, my name is Amit Garg. Welcome to my channel Vedic Astro Amit. Today we'll talk about the retrograde phase of Mercury. A very interesting video. Now, everybody talks about Mercury retrograde. Back up your communication, your travel issues maybe there, computer issues, networking, all of that. So everybody knows about that, right? So you don't need to watch another video just to learn that, oh, you need to back up your computer. So this video will focus on the real meaning of a retrograde planet and then focus on Mercury. And then we'll go sign by sign what things you can do to take advantage of this really powerful Mercury retrograde phase. Now it's going to take place in two different parts. One is Mercury is going to be Aries. Right now, Mercury is in Aries. So from March 31st to April 9th, it is still in Aries. And so this video is for that. Then I'll make a separate video when Mercury enters Pisces as of April 9th, and it'll be retrograde in Pisces from April 9th to April 24th. So there'll be a separate video. So this one only focuses on the retrograde phase of Mercury while it's still in Aries. Okay, so that's the idea. So now, what is a retrograde planet? Okay, retrograde planet. Let's talk about astronomically first. Uh, Astronomically, the planet is actually closer to the Earth. Okay, so physically, astronomically, it's more impactful. There's more gravitational pull, so you cannot escape the effect of a retrograde planet. Now, in terms of karma, in terms of Jyotish, also same thing. Retrograde planet. If you have a retrograde planet in your chart, that becomes even more important because you cannot escape the karma of a retrograde planet. Escape by, of course, you cannot escape karma of any planet, but retrograde means it really wants you to focus on that. It wants you to bring your attention to that, those areas of life. Okay, so that's one thing. And retrograde means now astronomic or in terms of observation, it just means planet appears to be moving backwards. But energetically, what it's telling you is, hey, you need to focus on both. First of all, if you miss something, maybe let's say we started in our car to go somewhere, but then we forgot our cell phone, right? So that's retrograde. So it wants you to go back and correct something, pick up something that you left. Secondly, on a more positive note, is there may be opportunities, big opportunities, okay, that you may have missed in the past. So it wants you to give you a second chance. So retrograde planet is, in fact, a second chance. Now, third thing to remember about retrograde planet is energetically, it's telling you to go within. So whatever the planet represents, you focus on the higher version, higher octave of that thing. So for example, now Mercury, what does that represent? Mercury is the intellect. Okay, Mercury is our intelligence, our learning capability. So what does retrograde mean? What's the higher octave of intelligence? It's intuition. So retrograde Mercury is perfect timing to focus on our intuition, to connect with our intuition, and to listen to our intuition. So that's what real meaning, that's what the real significance, and that's how you can make use of this important phase, not just focus on, okay, I need to back up my computer. Okay, so intelligence is one thing. And then, of course, all the other aspects of Mercury, which is communication, networking, so talking to people. So instead of saying, oh, be careful in your communication with other people, you can really focus on intuition, as in when you're talking to somebody, you can be really very intuitive. You can communicate from a deeper place. Okay, so that's how you want to use the retrograde motion, retrograde phase. And of course, the communication, in terms of communication, it's also the communication within the body. So how does the body communicate? Through our nervous system. That's the network, right? So the nervous system will be more active. It'll be more in tune with your being. So you can really focus on balancing your nervous system when Mercury is retrograde. And of course, there could be more restlessness also. You may face, more like intuition, lack of sleep, things like that. That's just because it's too active. It wants you to, it's giving you something that you missed in the past. So that could be from this life in the past, or could be from past life. So that's how we can utilize the energy of retrograde Mercury. And as I mentioned, this part of this first video is focused only on the retrograde phase when Mercury is still in Aries until April 9th. We'll have a separate video from April 9th onwards. Mercury is going to be in Pisces. So for that, we'll make a separate video. So now we'll go over each of the 12 rising signs. Because it depends, I follow Bhrigu Nadi. In Bhrigu Nadi, retrograde planet means it kind of goes to the previous sign. So you can pretty much take it to the previous sign. So that's how we'll analyze each of the 12 zodiac signs one by one now. So this is what's happening. Let's see one by one each of the 12 rising signs. First of all, Aries rising. Okay. For Aries, of course, Mercury is the third house ruler and it's the sixth house ruler. And it's going to be retrograde in the sign of Aries, of course, in your Lagna. Okay. Now, as I mentioned in the intro section, retrograde planet, you can pretty much take it back one sign. So instead of Aries, you can put it in Pisces. Okay. So in Pisces, Mercury becomes debilitated. But Venus is sitting there as well. So that cancels the debilitation. Venus is exalted in Pisces. So Mercury in your 12th house for Aries rising. Now it's retrograde, right? So it's closer to the earth. It's going to give you very strong karma, and it'll take you back to previous life or to the past in this life, and then it'll give you intuition. So 12th house is the subconscious mind. 12th house is it's the other planes of existence. It's our deep intuition, our capabilities beyond the five senses, right? So all of that. So Mercury being there, really powerful time for Aries rising to focus on connecting with your higher self, connecting with the ancestors. You may actually really be able to communicate easily with your ancestors, do past life regression, energy healing, hypnotherapy, all of that. Really, really powerful time. And also connecting with maybe foreigners for business, because Mercury is the planet of business, or in general. And this may be a time when you want to reflect on your health. Sixth house is your health. So figure out how you can heal yourself from within, not relying on anything external. So just use the power of your body, your intuition, your intellect, your dhi. That may help you heal yourself. And then and third house is communication, all sorts of communication, networking, marketing, sales, writing emails, all of that. And so third house lord being Mercury, which is the planet of communication, it's sitting in the 12th house. So really good time to use your intuition in your communication. Okay, so as I mentioned in the intro also, this applies to Aries really perfectly, that you can utilize your power of communication to achieve big things, especially in your business, sales, marketing, all of that. So your communication will be it won't be like superficial. You don't have to like put on a face or things like that, but this will come from a very deep place. So that'll be awesome. And another thing is really good time to learn some new skills. Third house in the 12th house. Um, and so learn some new skills. Mercury is a multitasker, right? So Mercury can give you a lot of different skills, and then it can juggle a lot of things at the same time. So you can learn some instruments, you can learn singing or anything, a new skill, and that will again uh, connect you energetically to other planes of existence and not just something that's off this world. So great time to go within, connect with your intuition, and focus on achieving things, financially, in your business, in your work, and connection with the foreigners, and also for your job also, this will help, because sixth house is your 9 to 5 job. So in your job, focus on communicating from a very deep place, not just superficial communication. So that's for the sign of Aries. Next is the sign of Taurus, Taurus rising. We're talking about the phase of Mercury retrograde. Now, keep in mind, this video applies only for the phase of Mercury retrograde while it is in Aries, in the sign of Aries. Okay. Once it goes to Pisces on April 9th, I'll have a separate video for that. But this applies only for the first 10 days. And now, as you know, in Brigunandinari, so if a planet is retrograde, you can pretty much bring it back to the previous sign. So for Taurus rising, this is Mercury is your second lord, and it's your fifth lord, going retrograde in the 12th house, so coming back to the 11th house. 11th house, it'll be in Pisces. So this is all about money. Big, these few days, 10 days, focus on money, how you can manifest, how you can communicate, how you can bring financial gains. See, second house is family wealth. Second house is your speech. Second house is the food. Fifth house is creativity. Fifth house is children. Fifth house is romance. Fifth house is speculation. Stay away from risky speculations. That's one caution. But otherwise, really good time to do speaking engagements. Of course, be careful with all the general things, caution about Mercury retrograde. But you can really communicate from a very deep place. Secondly, you can be very, very creative. Fifth Lord, Mercury, and retrograde means going within and figuring out tapping into the higher power within. And then fifth house is also romance. So you can connect with your partner, romantic partner, at a very deep level. 11th house is also our desires. So that's one thing, because Rahu is sitting there, Venus is there now. So be careful not to have any twisted desires, or unrealistic desires. Keep an eye, keep your desires in control. And then also with your friends on social network, social media, don't go crazy on, just post stuff on social media that doesn't make sense, or just too much stuff on social media. Essentially, so when we say, do things with intuition, or as I mentioned in the intro section, that means, so we're talking about social media. So it doesn't mean too many words. It just means less number of words, but coming from a very deep, powerful place. Impactful communication. That's the key here. Communication that's coming from, intuition. That's how you can tap into the 11th house energy. And then this phase, set up some projects in motion so that those will give you financial gains over a period of time. Also, good time you may have financial gains through your education. Fifth house is also our education. So you can enroll in some courses or things like that. And that will bring you financial gains down the road. So that's for Taurus rising. And next we'll talk about the sign of Gemini. So for Gemini, of course, this is your Lagna Lord going retrograde. It's a big deal. And it's the fourth Lord, the Sukhasthana, the house that gives you happiness. It's going retrograde in your 11th house. But as we know in Brigunandinadi, if a planet is retrograde, you can bring it back to the previous sign. So we're going to analyze Mercury as if it's sitting in your 10th house. And again, remember, this video only covers the retrograde phase while Mercury is in Aries. We'll have a separate video, as I mentioned here, for when Mercury goes to Pisces in retrograde motion. Okay, so Mercury basically coming back to your 10th house, your career will be activated. You'll have really good guidance in terms of making progress in your career. Guidance from a very deep source. You'll use your intuition. Your Lagna Lord means this will give you a new perspective on yourself. This is a phase for self-discovery and a phase of what gives you happiness. That's the fourth house, Sukhasthana. Okay. Doing lots of Gayatri mantra is the key for all signs, especially for Gemini, because your Lagna Lord is involved. That's your intellect. Your Lagna is your logical mind as well. Fourth house is mother. So, deep communication with mother. And Lagna, of course, deep communication with yourself. And at work also, you could actually, do some speech or some kind of communication where uh, it will actually be really impactful. So don't say too many words, but say words that are really powerful, concise, and coming from a deep place. So you'll make a lot of progress in your career. It'll bring financial gains as well. But self-transformation is going to be a major theme here. You can do Gayatri Mantra, as I said, give donation for books and things like that, a donation of green vegetables or green lentil on Wednesdays, especially. So those are some of the remedies that you can do. Next would be the sign of Cancer. So for Cancer rising, we have Mercury is the 12th lord and it's the third lord. It's going to be retrograde in uh, uh, in the 10th house. Okay. And again, in Brigunandinadi, you can bring the planet back one sign if it's retrograde, right? So now we'll analyze as if Mercury is sitting in your ninth house in the sign of Pisces. So it's with Rahu, with Venus, major powerful planets, and also with Sun throughout April 9th. So all these three planets, plus you can bring Mercury back because it's retrograde, okay? So your ninth house is totally activated. Your luck will shine upon you. For Cancer, this is amazing time when, you'll see like big positive energies flowing your way. Luck will shine upon you. And so this is your 12th lord. That means maybe opportunities from foreign places, but also go within 12th lord, 12th house and the ninth house combination. Really good for travel, pilgrimage, especially in a foreign country, for spiritual purposes, for energy healing, things like that. And then also learn from your gurus, spend time with your gurus, speak less words. The whole Mercury retrograde literally boils down to speak less, but speak that comes from a very deep place. Use your intuition. That's the key, Mercury retrograde. Okay, so ninth house is anyway our gurus and dharma and higher wisdom. Use your higher wisdom to communicate, connect with your gurus, connect with foreigners, and then also connect with your siblings. It's the third lord. Okay, and third house anyway is also communication. So this is a great time to develop some skills and communicate for your business, marketing, sales, all of that. Writing is really powerful during these few days. You can start some writing projects or make progress on your writing assignments, or just plain writing emails, important emails, or blog or webinar or things like that. This is a great time for Cancer rising for that. This short period of Mercury retrograde in Aries coming back to the sign of Pisces. Okay. Next is the sign of Leo, Leo rising. Now, Mercury is going to be retrograde in a sign of Aries, and as per Brigunandinadi, we bring it back to the previous sign to Pisces, and now you can see there'll be like 4 planets in Pisces. Major 8th house is totally activated because with retrograde Mercury, you can bring it back to Pisces. For Leo, Mercury is the planet of money. It's the second lord and it's the 11th lord. So when these are both money houses. Second house is our family wealth. 11th house is financial gains from our profession. And so this planet is in 9th house retrograde, so coming back to the 8th house. So esoteric wisdom will bring you financial gains. Learning new skills, diving deep into astrology, start an astrology course during these 10 days, enroll in a course. Um, Focus on the deeper meaning of your existence, who you are, secrets of the universe. All of that will be revealed to you. Your intuition will be activated. How you can make money, grow financial wealth, family wealth, and also grow your own income. A lot of ideas will come to you. Your Lagna Lord is sitting there as well. All of that is activating 8th house. Wherever Sun is sitting, of course, that area of life gets illuminated. So you can utilize this powerful energy of the 8th house for complete change and transformation. The way you do your finances, the way you understand your purpose, your existence, your role in this universe. All of that will be the key. And also how you can make money from other people, maybe in, managing other people's money, or even inheritance, things like that will be the focus during this retrograde Mercury phase. Again, this is only for the phase when Mercury is still in Aries, but going back to Pisces because of retrograde motion. All right, so that's for Leo rising. Next one will be Virgo rising. So for Virgo rising, this is your Lagna Lord we're talking about. It's a very important transit. Whatever is happening with Mercury, your Lagna Lord in transit will directly impact you. It will directly impact the whole chart. So here it's your 10th Lord and your Lagna Lord. It is physically sitting in your eighth house, but going retrograde. So as per Brigunandinadi, when a planet is retrograde, bring it back one sign. So now Mercury, you can bring it to your seventh house. Your seventh house is totally activated. It is completely illuminated with Sun being there and Rahu exaggeration, expansion, and Venus there exalted. And so Mercury will be in good company. This is a really powerful time. Connect with your partner at a very deep, intuitive level. Have very deep conversations. And this is also time for self-transformation. Your Lagna Lord is involved. Retrograde means it will show you things that you didn't know about yourself earlier. Your true purpose of existence, who you are, going within. And then also your career may be transformed. You'll achieve new heights in your career. You'll connect with, your profession. You'll do from a very deep place, from a place of intuition. Making decisions for work will be an act of just belief and faith, and from coming from a very deep place within. So you don't have to go out and ask anybody, how should I do this? What should I do in terms of career and work and profession? And so all sorts of one-on-one partnerships will be completely activated at this time. So that's for Virgo rising, the Mercury retrograde period. Next will be Libra. For Libra rising, Mercury is your ninth lord and it's your 12th lord. So it's a very spiritual planet for you. Spiritual progress, higher wisdom, connecting you with your gurus, with the other planes of existence, with your ancestors, all of that. That's Mercury's area for Libra rising. Okay, and now Mercury is sitting in the seventh house, transiting through the seventh house, but it's retrograde. So as per Brigunandinadi, you can bring that planet back one sign. So you can pretty much bring Mercury here in the sixth house. Your sixth house is completely illuminated by the sun there. And Rahu is exaggerating making everything 10, 100 times more powerful. Venus is exalted. And so you'll have literally, you can bring Mercury there, means you have 4 out of 9 planets sitting in the sixth house. So your health will be the focus. You can really connect yourself, connect with your body at a very intuitive level. Go within and heal yourself. You can start some new health routines. You can start some volunteer assignments for your job also. It'll be a powerful time. And then, but biggest thing is maybe go on a pilgrimage. Focus on your spiritual development. Your belief system may undergo a change. You may get connected with your ancestors, with your past lives, with other planes of existence, and then a pilgrimage also, literally traveling long distance is also indicated. Connection with foreigners, business and work with foreigners, 6th house, 12th house connection. You may find some gurus and teachers in foreign country. And then also your Shadripus, focus on eradicating the 6 weaknesses you have. That this is a golden opportunity Mercury is giving you, going within, going back to the past lives, maybe figuring out what might have occurred in the past life. So just get rid of all of that past karma. So this is what Mercury retrograde will do for you for Libra rising. Next will be the sign of Scorpio. So for Scorpio rising, this is your 8th lord, a complete change and transformation. It's sitting in the 6th house now, but because it's retrograde, so we bring it back one house. So we can bring it to the 5th house. Your 5th house is completely activated. Sun is there, so it's illuminated. Rahu is making it 100 times more powerful. Venus is exalted, and with Mercury there, so you'll have 4 out of 9 planets sitting in your fifth house or transiting through your fifth house. Mercury is also the 11th lord. That means financial gains, planet of money. Connect within and see how you can make money. You can start or do some things with your children to for more financial wealth. Change and transformation in the lives of your children or in your relationship with your children. This is indicated. Okay, and then 11th lord is also your desires and social media, networking and your friend circle. So your desires may undergo a change. You'll discover what really you want in life. Okay, and then the social media. Be careful. I always recommend Mercury retrograde means less words but really powerful words. Okay, so people will listen to you, but you just got to connect with the inner being, with the source within. Let it come from a place of intuition. Okay, and then you may meet people at a very deep level. You'll connect intuitively with some people in terms of your romantic relationship. So there'll be lots of opportunities. Okay, and then now stay away from any risky speculative investments. So that's the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio rising, Mercury retrograde phase through April 9th. Next is Sagittarius. Seventh lord and 10th lord for Sagittarius is going retrograde while sitting in the fifth house. So you can bring it back one sign. So you can say Mercury comes back to the fourth house because of retrograde motion. So your fourth house is activated, Sukhasthana. So fourth house and the seventh house and the 10th house, so three of the trikona of the Kendra are activated. It's a very powerful time to set foundation for your life because your kendras are considered as foundation of the chart. Okay, so it's giving you an opportunity to go within and figure out what makes you happy. Fourth house, your Sukhasthana, maybe some renovation in your home, focus on real estate investments. In your relationship, also one-on-one relationship, both your partner and also spouse and also business partner. So how you can develop that more, deeper connection with your partnerships, within your partnerships. For your work also, 10th Lord, how you can make your work more meaningful and something that comes from within, from a very deep place, not just doing job for paying bills. And it's in the fourth house, which represents our mother also. So making a deeper connection with your mother. And fourth house is our vehicles. So drive carefully. That's one caution. And Mercury retrograde means speak less words, but speak from a place from deep insight, within. That's for the sign of Sagittarius rising. Next is Capricorn. For Capricorn, Mercury is the sixth lord and the ninth lord, and it's sitting in the fourth house, going retrograde. That means you can bring it back to the third house. So that your third house is completely illuminated. Sun is there. Rahu makes it 100 times more powerful. All the planets it's in contact with. Venus is exalted there, and then Mercury goes back. So you have a huge focus on your third house. Communicate with other people, but don't say too many words. Say few words, but very powerful words. Those should be coming from a deeper place of intuition. So communication is one thing. Then networking with people for marketing, for sales, it's a great period, as long as you're connecting with your deeper self, not just saying a lot of words which may come out incorrectly. Then learn some new skills. Any new skills, pick up some new skills. Mercury retrograde will awaken your intuition. You'll learn stuff naturally. Sixth house for job and for enemies and for health. So good time to revisit, reevaluate your health routine, start some new, ways of healing yourself. You can heal yourself. Ninth Lord is represents our dharma, our gurus, long distance travels as well. So all of that is indicated. Maybe you can do that with your siblings because Mercury goes back to the third house. Maybe do with your father, with your gurus. So establish a deeper connection with your siblings, with your gurus, with your own belief system. And ninth lord is Bhagyasthan as well. So your luck will shine upon you. So you may find some things from the previous lifetimes or from your past may surface that will be lucky for you. So that's for Capricorn. Next is Aquarius rising. So for Aquarius rising, Mercury is the fifth lord and the eighth lord. And it's sitting in the third house, but going retrograde. That means you can bring it back to the second house. So now your second, so as per Brigodnandinari, if a planet is retrograde, you can pretty much take it to the previous sign. So your second house will be completely activated. Very powerful activation. Sun is there, it'll be illuminated. Rahu makes it 100 times more powerful. Venus is exalted, and now Mercury will be there as well. And so your fifth lord is your children. And so good time to connect with your children at a very deep level. Or this may trigger things in lives of your children. They may become more intuitive. Eighth lord, and it'll bring change and transformation as well. Change in your family wealth, second house. Change in your speech, the way you speak. So I always recommend Mercury retrograde means speak less, but coming from a very deep place. So very powerful time for making speeches that are very, coming from a deep place. And learning about the secrets of the universe, eighth house. And then fifth house is also the romantic relationship. So you may actually reevaluate your romantic relationships, or you may actually go very deep and connect with your partner at a very intuitive level. Okay. And then good time to focus on, thinking ways of how you can develop your, grow your family wealth. So that's second house. Good time to reevaluate your diet, also the food that you eat, because second house is completely activated. So this will help you, you know, uh, focus on making your food and diet more sattvic, especially with the eclipse taking place. So this will bring to light things you've been ignoring, or maybe just, especially Mercury retrograde will trigger anything from the past that are not serving you in terms of eating habits, in terms of speech, in terms of family wealth, all of that. This is a powerful time. But overall, connect with yourself, and you can chant Gayatri Mantra. That's really powerful for you. Second house of speech is activated, and Sun is sitting there, Surya. And also, you can chant Vishnu Sahasranam. That's the remedy for everybody in general. But second house activated, you can really reap the benefits. And also connected with your face in general. So, your eyes and your face area, you can do some exercises because your second house is completely activated, like eye exercises or tongue exercises, or anything to do with your face. So that's for Aquarius rising. Next one is Pisces rising. So for Pisces, this is your fourth lord and your seventh lord. And it's actually sitting in the second house, but you can bring it back one house or one sign. So you can bring it to your Lagna. So you can say that Mercury is pretty much sitting in Pisces during these 10 days. So it's sitting in your Lagna. Your Lagna is completely activated now for Pisces. I mean, it has been for a while. With Sun there, it is completely eliminated, right? Rahu makes it 100% more powerful. Venus is exalted in your Lagna. And now bring Mercury here as well. So this will trigger everything to a new level. See, for Pisces, this is nothing short of like, complete transformation, figuring out who you are, your self-development, focusing and connecting with yourself, with your Mercury retrograde, giving you a chance to tap into your intuition. And it's also the Lord of the Sukhasthana, Lord of fourth house. What makes you happy? And connect with your partnerships, with your spouse, with your business partner, and develop very, very deep connections with other people, with your mother, with yourself, maybe home renovation, focus on real estate investments. But most of all, this is the time for complete change and transformation in who you are. And you'll shine, and you'll come out as a as a new being, a completely transformed person who's really connected with their self, very self-confident, and know who they are. You know, your purpose in life. You'll figure out what's your purpose and what are your strengths. So this is a powerful time. So that's Mercury retrograde. As I mentioned, this is only for the phase when Mercury is in Aries. I'll make a separate video when Mercury goes to Pisces starting April 9th. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to my videos and hit the bell icon to get the notifications. And we're starting new courses, online live courses. If you want to learn, check out my website. And thanks for watching.